Raymond Wolfgang with a tip on how to understand the context of where systems engineering fits into the larger picture of developing a technical product. Or if you're in a technical organization, this will still help you because you'll be able to understand the context of the work that's going on. Now, let's first start with where business starts. We receive monies from a customer, a certain time frame, and they want us to solve one of their problems. So that's the request. And at the end of it all, we yield a product from, again, everything in this activity bubble, which is all the activities, technical and not technical, that are needed to get us from point A to point B. To build the product, to prototype it. Line management's there for that purpose. Human resources buried in here. And then R for resources. That could be anything like a tooling shop, test facility, even if you need to borrow time on a supercomputer to do some simulations to get to the final design, that would be a resource. Now, systems engineering, you can consider that to be the technical part of this whole endeavor, of this whole activity. So let's look a little closer at systems engineering. What may help you is to think of it in three basic categories. The first, systems engineering, would be the technical part of it all. So that's the process. And I have a lot of other videos on the process. Message me or reach out if you like more. But that's the going from needs to requirements to design, and then verifying the design and validating the final product. That whole process is in the systems engineering bit. Now, behind all that is systems design, modeling, tests, all the technical work. Now, usually your individual project will have project management. So there are things we need to know about project management in order to do our engineering work. I had my head in the sand on this part for a while, and my career really suffered. Fortunately, with some guidance from some mentors, I was able to recover. But this is the project management part of it. If you want, this part here is more the program management. This manages everything. This is just the project management of the technical work. Now, we all work in an organization of some sort, whether it's a startup or a large corporation or government entity. The engineering operations, this dictates, this tells us how our organization does engineering business. How we get paid, how resources get allocated, how we reserve time, let's say, on a workbench, how we just interact with one another. It blends over with project management because a lot of times how project management is implemented is in an operational system. Maybe there's a master database with all the projects. So every organization does this differently, and we need to know how that works in order to really come into our full potential as a systems engineer. So again, for the technical work, there's a system engineering part of it, the actual engineering. There's project management that's got to blend in with engineering operations, and they all flow back and forth. And as well, this whole endeavor fits into the larger context of, again, basically getting from point A to point B, from a request to our final product that actually meets the customer need, the customer's delighted with, particularly when the money's out and the time's up. The customer sure wants to have their scope met and something that solves their pain point. Because the customer would not come to us if they weren't experiencing not only some pain, but enough pain that it was worth coming up with some money and making an investment in us to help solve their problem. So let me know what you think. You can message me below. You can leave a comment. Reach out to me directly. But I want to lay the context, and I think if you keep this in mind, just in the back of your head, I think you're going to understand more of your job. You'll be able to succeed more because you'll understand how the pieces fit together. And in an ecosystem, that's a development organization, that is a system. And the more we know about where we live and operate, the more successful we're going to be. I'll see you in the next tip. And again, message me below.